Hello everyone and welcome to German Made Easy. In the last lesson, we learned about the conjugation of regular verbs. In today's lesson, we're going to learn some helpful sentences when getting to know someone and briefly learn how to introduce ourselves. Los geht's! Before we start with the sentences, let's first learn some new important verbs alongside their conjugation. Wichtige Verben. Wichtige Verben. Let's start with the verb heißen, heißen, which means to be called. Ich heiße, du heißt, sie es heißt, wir heißen, ihr heißt, sie heißen, sie heißen. One more time. Ich heiße, du heißt, sie es heißt, wir heißen, ihr heißt, sie heißen, sie heißen. Note that with du heißt, you only write T instead of ST because we already have a sharp S. Other than that, heißen is conjugated as a regular verb. The second important verb is sprechen, which means to speak. Ich spreche, du sprichst, sie, es spricht, wir sprechen, ihr sprecht, sie sprechen, sie sprechen. Sprechen belongs to the category of stem-changing verbs, in which the E has changed to I. We will discuss stem-changing verbs in detail in upcoming videos. Stem-changing verbs are irregular verbs. The third very important verb is sein, which means to be. Sein is also an irregular verb, so unfortunately there is no rule to apply here. So you have to memorize it as it is. Ich bin, du bist, sie, es ist, wir sind, ihr seid, sie sind, sie sind. After that we've learned the three important verbs, we come to the part regarding getting to know someone, which means jemanden kennenlernen. Jemanden kennenlernen. Kennenlernen means getting to know, and it's a regular verb. So there are three ways to say, what's your name in German? You can say, ich heiße X, mein Name ist X, ich bin X. Ich heiße, mein Name ist, ich bin. To ask someone informally what they're called, you say, wie heißt du? And another way would be, wie ist dein Name? Wie heißt du? Wie ist dein Name? Note here that wie doesn't mean what, it means how. So in German, you say, how are you called? Instead of saying, what is your name? And the formal way to ask someone about their name would be, wie heißen Sie? Wie ist Ihr Name? Wie heißen Sie? Wie ist Ihr Name? And if you want to know their family name, you say, wie ist dein Familienname? Wie ist dein Familienname? And the formal way to ask someone about their family name would be by saying, wie ist Ihr Familienname? Wie ist Ihr Familienname? Now, the formal way to tell someone that it's nice to meet them, you say, es freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. Es freut mich, Sie kennenzulernen. And to reply to that sentence formally, you say, ganz meinerseits. Ganz meinerseits. On the other hand, the informal way to tell someone that it was nice to meet them, you say, Schön dich kennenzulernen. Schön dich kennenzulernen. To say, it's nice to meet you too, informally, you simply say, gleichfalls. Gleichfalls. Note that gleichfalls can be used when you want to say same to you. And the shortest and the easiest way to say that it's nice to meet you, you simply say, freut mich. Freut mich. If you're new in Germany and have just started learning German, then you're gonna need this question a lot. This is the formal way of saying it. Sprechen Sie English? Sprechen Sie English? Although I always recommend people to try first in German. If that didn't work out, then switch to English. And the informal way to ask this question would be by saying, Sprichst du English? And finally, if you want to ask someone what their hobbies are, you say, Was sind deine Hobbys? Was sind deine Hobbys? To ask someone about where they're from, you say, Woher kommen Sie? Formally, or Woher kommst du? Informally. Woher kommen Sie? Woher kommst du? And to answer this question, you say Ich komme aus and the country from where you're from. Ich komme aus. We will learn how to say different countries in German in upcoming videos. Another common question would be, How old are you? Which means, formally, Wie alt sind Sie? Or, informally, Wie alt bist du? To know what languages the other person speaks, you say, Welche Sprachen sprechen Sie? Formally, or Welche Sprachen sprichst du? Informally. Now, to ask someone what they do for a living, you say, first, formally, Was machen Sie beruflich? Or, informally, Was machst du beruflich? The word beruflich comes from the noun der Beruf, which means profession. Der Beruf. And finally, our last question would be if you want to know if the other person is married. Formally, you ask, Sind Sie verheiratet? Or informally, Bist du verheiratet? Verheiratet comes from the verb heiraten, which means to marry. And here's a little exercise for you guys. Pause this video for a bit, make sure that you learned the conjugation well, and try doing it. Now we've come to the end of this video. If you guys have any questions, please leave your questions in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and do not forget to subscribe to the channel and to like this video. Tschüss!